Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 3rd of December. I actually don't quite know how it's got to the 3rd already. I'm sorry, but it's just flying by. Let me move yesterday's tray because I've obviously not fully organised in here. But today's Advent is number 3. So let's open this. If you've not seen it or not opened yours yet, then by all means fast forward, because I'll probably still discuss. But today's Advent is a pickup pen. I think it's a staple to have. I actually have quite a few. I tend to have 3 or 4, even though what I find, and I don't know if this is just me, but basically you get the little wax tip at the end, great for AB diamonds, especially if you use glue dots and it's really sticky, and this end is perfect for nudging. You can actually put wax in these tips, but I find it's best for just nudging everything. But I say, I actually have quite a few different pickup pens that I've collected over time. And even though I have my little tool cart that sits next to me on the couch, laziness kicks in. And what I end up doing with my, whatever storage case I'm using, I end up popping the pickup pen there, somewhere. Normally just tucked on this edge so that I can grab it when I'm doing an AB. I finish for the evening, I shut the lid, I put my case away, and then I go to do a different painting, and where's my AB pen? It's trapped in a different case. So I've collected quite a few now, and one tends to sit in my case for each painting that I have with ABs. So I thought nobody will be offended to have a second if they've already got one. So yeah, we've gone for a stylish black colour for this one, but that is today's December Advent, so I will pop that in with my stash of a few. And on cover number 3, we are working to the right of one this time. And let's see how far I can zoom in. I should change my trash sheet to match. Let's actually put things away and pull things out. I am getting there with the craft room. So after filming the Advent yesterday, I did get a lot of moved into the craft room. So hopefully sound is a little bit less echoey. It's not fully sorted yet, primarily because I actually pinched 3 of the shelves from the Billy bookcases in here to put them into the new Add More Zest space, and I figured I would wait until my craft room stuff was moved in to work out if I needed any extra shelves in here, and of course I do. So I'm missing a few shelves. I'm using this pen. This is one from Lazen Lathe Works. It's one of my, should we call it, posher pens. I think it actually has everlasting tips in it as well. So it has an everlasting single placer and an everlasting straightener in it from quite a while ago. So it's probably due a change. It has been a while since I've used any of my pens that are in my pen holders. While having a deep bookcase in the bedroom to store my diamond painting stuff, worked really well to free up in here for shop items and worked really well at the time. It didn't work as well for me changing up my pens and things. So I'm actually really looking forward to this room being fully straightened and us and me being able to sort of kit up, pick a pen that suits, pick a tray that suits, grab a pick-up pen that suits if needed. And I think I might sort of make myself, and the cover paper, make myself like a mini toolkit so that I can use more of my pens more often. And while I'd love to sort of actually change them each day, I think if I pick ones that match a painting, it's probably more likely to make me smile, because I do really love it when things match a painting. So I'm using our matte blue Add More Zest tray that was our limited edition for September. I have all my trays in here at the moment. I am defaulting to the Add More Zest tray, primarily because I know I need to do quite a bit of white to sort of do the little background of these as we start them off. But we did go for sort of a 3865, so it's a little off-white background, so that when these are popped onto calendars or cards or things like that, it will more seamlessly help it to blend in a little bit better. So yeah, yesterday was a productive day. We got all the shop launch items up on the website, so the video is up if you want to see that. Absolutely in love with the peach tray for this month. It's gorgeous. It's one of my favourites. So yeah, all the shop launch items went up while waiting for Megan to get back from the hairdressers. We rearranged the conservatory. Well, firstly, I got all my craft items in this room. All the diamond paintings are stashed under the desk. I've had, oh, that's the other thing. That's the other update I needed to give you. I knew I did quite a few bits yesterday. It was a nice pottering productive day yesterday, which was good. Yeah, when I moved my diamond paintings into the craft room off the top of the wardrobe, the top of the bookcase and everywhere else that I'd stashed them, I did start to go through my stash and picked one or two paintings, tried to vary the suppliers to whittle down my stash a little bit to add to our December giveaway. So we are having a December giveaway. In June, we did a giveaway that was open for 24 hours. And I showed you what the prize was, and you could enter for 24 hours. Then we closed it, picked a winner, etc. Worked perfect for June. But December's a crazy month for both you guys and for us. So we've changed up for December. So I will be updating the list of everything for the giveaway as soon as I've sort of basically pulled it all together and put it all in one spot. Because recent unboxings that I've done, I have sort of thought about it and tried to make the decision for each item whether it is going into my stash or whether it's going into a giveaway pile, and I'm going to keep doing that going forward. So I will update the giveaway page with a list of the prizes at some point, but it is primarily diamond paintings. We're also going to pop in the giveaway a couple of items from the Add More Zest shop. So if there's anything in particular you'd like to see in the giveaway pot, then by all means pop your suggestions. and we will pick a couple for the giveaway as well. It is open worldwide, and it will stay open for the whole month of December. Sorry, till the end of, sorry, not the whole month of December, for the whole of the December event. So we will shut the giveaway page off Christmas Day, probably Boxing Day, to be fair. Who's going to want to go on the website and do it on Christmas Day? So Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas, we will shut the giveaway page. We will turn off the sort of password and form for the giveaway page, and we will update the prize list to let, to pop the winners on there. So we will pop the names of the winners. We will also email the winners. So if you are a winner, you will get an email. We'll do that somewhere between Christmas and New Year. At some point. Who knows when, because who knows how life is going. But to enter the giveaway, all you need to do is go to our website, addmorezest.com. If you're on a mobile, click on the little 2 lines on the top right hand side, and you'll see a giveaway tab. If you're on a desktop, you'll see a giveaway tab across the top. It will ask you for a password. The password is Holly, all lowercase, HOLLY. Pop in the password, fill in your details, and you will be entered into the giveaway. Any duplicate entries will be removed. It is only 1 entry per person. It is open worldwide because it infuriates me when other giveaways aren't. When they're to a worldwide audience, like I understand local giveaways and things like that, but yeah, when giveaways are to a worldwide audience, it annoys me no end when they're not available to everybody. So these are open to everybody. Pop your details in and wait until after Christmas and see if you get a little surprise. But at the moment I do have quite a stash of paintings. Who knows if future giveaways will be as big. I'm going to be very conscious and sort of, it won't be as much clearing out my stash, but I will be very conscious about what goes into my stash and what gets put aside for a future giveaway. For the cheaper paintings, or the more budget paintings, should I say, we still do mystery bags for those. So it's the high-end paintings that I tend to save for giveaways, because frankly I haven't got the time for them all. I get too overwhelmed if I have too many in my stash. I know that's not something that affects everybody, but it is something that affects me. So I've got my stash down, I feel, to, all the paintings that I absolutely adore and love. And I'm not going to stop buying anymore, let's be real. But it is definitely nice to have it, that whatever the decision wheel picks, it will be a nice one. Excuse me. I do need to update my logbook and my decision wheel on them, but I'm waiting to sort of finish up sorting out the craft room. I don't need to kit up any more paintings yet. Oh, what I also did yesterday, told you I had a productive day. What I also did yesterday was I did kit up, and this is not on camera one, but I did kit up the Diamond Art Studio Advent event painting, and actually did 2 sections, would you believe? I was up quite late doing the second section, but I'm all caught up on that. And yeah, I'm going to see how far I get with that as sort of a little nighttime routine. I'm just using paper. I'm not using the digital chart. I've not imported it or anything. I know they've made it available, but I've just been using the paper chart. And yeah, I got a couple of doors done. So it's going to be a very, very good December. And I'm going to feel absolutely amazing once in here is all fully straightened. As I say, it's close. Everything's in one place. Today we might put the tree up today. We've rearranged the conservatory. There is one part of the conservatory that's looking rather bare. So I think a tree might be a perfect addition to make that look a little bit nicer. A little bit more cosy, should we say, after taking out all the excess furniture. It's definitely looking a little bit less homely. The half with the couch looks homely, the other half just has a dining table in it, so we'll put a tree there. Give me somewhere to put presents when I get them wrapped. So that'll definitely clear another spot in our bedroom that's become Christmas corner, where everything is just still in boxes and stashed in the corner ready for Christmas. We'll be able to get some of those wrapped up. Okay, on to comments, etc. So many of these are now, of course, from the 1st. Some days I will have less updates to give you, so I might be able to get through more questions. But the weekends are always a bit more of a varied day over here. Whereas through the week, it's basically packing orders, prepping stock, and yeah, there's not always anything more exciting than that going on. So Cher, she said, today is awesome. She said she got her first section done just a little bit after me. She loved her first Advent gift. She was so tempted, she said, to open it late last night. I'm just loving the excitement around the Advent. There is definitely like a huge level of excitement around it. I love the fact that we're all getting to be big kids. She says she loves our 24 days together. And most importantly, she said there will be no trips for her in December. So she gets the full experience. She said in June they left on the 19th. So she had to miss out on the rest of the month. She said she hopes that my meds kick in soon and I can enjoy December. She's off to decorate her tree and the house. Yes, I think the steroids definitely yesterday, I've noticed they've kicked in a lot better. My voice is still taking a bit. I feel like I'm constantly drinking water and constantly going the loo. But apart from that, I think they're definitely kicking in. I think my productive day yesterday may have shown that. And I've sort of got up and at 'em a lot quicker this morning as well than maybe I normally would. So the things are definitely on the up, and hopefully my voice will follow soon enough. I'm loving this. I love this butterfly. Erin, she said, sending healing energy my way. I must have sounded rough on the first. She said, don't forget to take time for yourself. Thank you. I did some diamond painting last night and I feel really good for it. She says, thank you for all you do. It's very much appreciated. Because I do love doing this diamond painting, don't get me wrong. I get to diamond paint every day in December and chat to you guys, which is the bulk of the fun for me. But diamond painting without chatting on a video it's a different kind of diamond painting. It's a different level of diamond painting, if that makes sense. So yeah, I love it. Jess, she says, yay. She says she's excited to get started on this advent calendar painting. She says she's sorry to hear about me coming down with an infection. It's the weather. We actually woke up to snow this morning. Not hugely covering everywhere because it had rained yesterday, but you know, all over the grass and some of the path. So I think if we've got snow in Warrington on the 2nd of December, we're in for a cold winter, because we're normally one of the last places to get snow. And I know there are some other places in this country that have been hit quite a bit with the snow. She says she's sure that I'm having fun working on my new space. Yes, I've even nipped in there this morning. Put the printers to work this morning and they don't disturb the Sunday piece. She says she can't wait to watch the shop tour video whenever that comes out. Yes, I'm hoping that things will be a lot clearer come January in there, you know, a lot more settled, everything where it's potentially going to stay, to the point that I'll be happy doing sort of a tour video. But yeah, I'm not quite ready to do it yet. But that is the space that I also want to spread out my Heaven and Earth design painting, so that I can show you all that completed as well. So I've got quite a few videos that I actually want to film, but how quickly I can get those filmed and get them up in the new year is anybody's guess, because I certainly don't know. She says, of course, she's also desperate to see the finish of the White Christmas. She says she finished the square in no time today. She says so she thinks she can squeeze in another Christmas WIP. There are quite a few people that have a couple of diamond paintings on the go. It really depends on how much time you get to diamond paint, I think. I always have a second painting on the go, like whatever I was working on in November is always still on the go when I do this Christmas event. And I just pick one of those up when I want to diamond paint in the evening at another time, after I've done the video, for example. I'll pick up one of those and diamond paint if I can, but then some days I can't. Some months I finish it, some I don't. But there's no timeline on my second one. So this tends to be the first one I do of the day, and then whatever else I've got tends to be the second. At the moment, I'm also mixing in the Diamond Art Studio paintings, so I don't know how much I'll progress on any other paintings that I've got. I guess it depends if I have a few evenings where I don't diamond paint and get myself behind, but we shall see. She says she's about to put her tree up today. She says she is a little bit late because her husband was out of town and she can't get the tree down without him. She says she'll be all done decorating by Sunday. Yes, I'm hoping, as I say, to get hours out today. Catherine isn't home this weekend from uni, but I spoke to her yesterday and she said she's actually not home next weekend either. So I'm like, right, well, you just miss out on the tree then, which is what made me think I'll put it up today. Because if I'm not waiting for Catherine to be home from uni, then let's fill that little empty void in my conservatory and get the tree up. Plus, it's nice to have the lights. That's what I love as well. When the first year we had the conservatory, we put some lights up around 3 sides of the roof. They've never come down. They stay up there all the time. Yeah, we just love turning them on. Colette says, hi Rebecca. She says her cousin that lives in the UK has ordered her an Add More Zest advent calendar, and she's going to send it with DHL all the way to South Africa. Amazing. I hope it gets to you safe and sound and as soon as possible. She says she can't wait to get it. She is super excited. She says while she waits for hers to arrive, she said she does have my videos every day to watch. She said she hopes I feel better soon. Thank you. And I hope you enjoy your advent calendar. Don't go opening all of it when it arrives, just because you get to open a few at once to play catch up. But yeah, yesterday's, so many questions over yesterday's. It was amazing. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't plan that it would happen on a Saturday, but it's probably good that it did. Gave me time to be able to respond to most comments, etc. Stacey, she says, here we go again. She says, yay. She's already completed her Advent Day 1 bookmark. She said, just lovely. She said, honestly, she says, you are too generous. She says she's looking forward to the prize giveaways. She rarely wins, she says, but it is fun to anticipate. She said, thanks for all that you do. Well, the first winner in June was extremely surprised, as apparently they don't win giveaways either. So while I am positive there will be quite a few hundred entries, there is quite a few, I say, diamond paintings. I think I've at least hit 10 already. I've got a few more bits to go through. If people are happy with something that is in effect lightly used, then I may also give away a couple of my 60 bottle cases that I use for my Heaven and Earth design. I don't need quite as many 60 bottle cases as I've got, though I do have a lot of paintings kitted up at the moment. It's quite overwhelming how many, but a lot of it is also, I have a few waiting to be dekitted, so I'm waiting for the cases to become free. So I may also give away a couple of those 60 bottle cases. If people are happy with, say, a lightly used case, yeah, sort of just clear some space, pass on the love. You know, some stuff's new, some stuff's not. All the diamond paintings have just been unboxed, but apart from that, I may need to find toolkits if I've got any. So you may get a random toolkit in there, quite possibly a paint gem one, because I have loads of those. And I'll try and remember to throw in a paint gem toolkit if it doesn't have its original toolkit already. Those that I know when I've unboxed that they're going into a giveaway, I don't take the toolkit out. It's the ones from my stash that I have likely taken the toolkit out of, because it saves me wrestling them back into the box when I don't use them. Anika says, yay, happy 1st of December. She loves her Advent gift. Oh, excuse me. Which is good. I'm so happy that the first day for sure has been greatly received, and I enjoy the fact that the second has given a little bit of mystery to one of them. Susan says she's so happy to be participating in the Advent again. She says, thank you for all you do here. She says she loves seeing me open the Advent gift along with them, or with you guys. She says, is your new AMZ space close to home? Yes, it is. It is. That is definitely something that I wanted. It is, you know, the reason it stayed at home or in the house and spread so much for so long is because there are huge benefits to me being based at home. Working from home is a huge thing for me. So it had to sort of work to be close enough to home when we eventually did outgrow every little nook and cranny in this house. So yes, it is close. She says she hopes it brings me joy and prosperity from Canada. Thank you. I'm loving the space. It's a little studio, Zesty headquarters, the big shed, whatever it decides to get a name of. It varies all the time. Book Nerd says it's so nice to see someone single place the same way she does. She cannot get any accuracy with multi-placing at all. I do dabble in multi-placing a little bit. I don't tend to for these events. You know, we're doing a certain size section each day. I like to single place when I'm doing these sort of completer painting in a month or 24 days. Because then I get to chat to you guys for a bit longer. I do sometimes say I'm dabbling in multi-placing. I do sometimes multi-place in my Sunday WIP and chats, but that can also vary greatly. I definitely am a comfortable single placer, much more comfortable, but I do find some benefits to multi-placing. I'm getting better at it, and for some paintings it actually works really well. I do have to tell myself though to take a step back and realise that, you know, once you take a step back, the diamonds look straight, so we're all good. And I'm sort of using it as a little test to not get as hung up on how straight my diamonds are as well, and know that it's still going to look good otherwise. I need to get a frame for my White Christmas as well at some point. Maybe I need to go and have a quick online hunt, because if I'm decorating for Christmas today, it's whether I try and get a frame. Irene says, hi Rebecca. She says, get better please. Thank you, I'm well on my way. She says she will start different than mine. She says her brain doesn't like random numbers. Hers is a little bit different, she said, because she's from South Africa. You do it in exactly the order that suits you. I know there are quite a few people who don't like doing half of an image and then leaving the other half. So they're actually completing one half on odd numbers and the other half on even. There are some people that have done the Advent in a line. I've definitely seen in the sort of completed posts on Facebook, lots of different sections getting done on the Advent each day. So definitely you do you, do what works for you, do what's calming for you. It's your me time. It doesn't have to be dictated by me. I just tend to mix it up, partly so that some people can copy the random mix-up if they want to, but yeah, I don't know particularly why it is that I mix it up. Maybe it's because I don't mix it up in my other diamond paintings. So my other diamond paintings I tend to work in order. So this is a way that it makes this a little bit different for me, which I enjoy. But my nighttime, call it my nighttime diamond painting, is very much in order. So I get a bit of both. Gail, she says she opened day one. She says she feels like a kid again. That is the magic of Christmas. Feeling like a child at Christmas is the way to be. I forget, these everlasting tips are a little bit deeper than some other tips, and this glue dot I think is not picking up as well as it could. So I'm just going to cram another glue dot in the top, but then chop off the excess. I also shouldn't use these metal scissors right next to the metal tip, but as long as you don't tell anyone we did, maybe that'll be easier. There we go. I'm not about to say the tips are faulty. I've had them for years. She says, thank you for making the advent calendar. She said she could watch me diamond paint all day. I would love to sit and chat to you all day. The only thing is I'm stood up and my voice doesn't last that long. Plus I've got a tree to put up. I have a tree to do. I've actually pared, have I pared down my decorations? Yeah and no. It doesn't take actually too long to put up decorations in our house. I don't like too many. I love seeing other people that go all out for Christmas, but it's not my taste. As much as I would put it up on day one and absolutely adore it, by day 3 it would start driving me up the wall because there would be too much stuff about. So I definitely do a lot of removing of other decorations and replacing with Christmas ones, and I find that brings me much more joy. So I am hoping to get my decorations up today. Diana says, Rebecca, she says she can't wait to see the new Zesty Zone. I like that name. Zesty Zone. It's definitely true. She says that's what she thinks would be a great name for the new space. That is a great name. I like that one. Well, I like a lot of the ones that I've heard and have been suggested. I just need to keep finding one that sticks. At the moment, I keep telling Luna that we're going to the office. She seems to understand. Sometimes she's interested in going to the office. Other times she's not. And therefore, I have to ensure that there's a treat in my hand. But we're getting there. She says it brings a whole new meaning to being in the zone. Yes, she says the diamond painting zone. It definitely is. I say I love my little space. Or big space, should I say. And I think that's why I enjoy it. It looks a lot less cluttered. It is a bigger space. I have a few diamonds stuck together in this colour. So maybe a little bit further down the line, when I end up with quite a few stuck together in my tray and not many that are loose, I might be able to test out my jar on this one a little bit later. That'll be quite nice. They're not hugely stuck together, like they're not, there's a couple of them that are stuck with the diamonds both the right way up, and they're dead easy to get apart, but there is a couple that are stuck together otherwise. So I need to try and remember, number 3, only tip out a few, and then I can use my little jar on here and show you all how it works and how well it does. Because say I have actually used one previously. I have got one in my little toolkit, so maybe I'll keep this other one in here, and I can have one in the craft room for when I'm filming and need it, and one in my little tool pot for when I need it when I'm sat on the couch diamond painting. And I can have 2 because why not? They're cute. Shirley said her partner was recently diagnosed with allergy asthma, and his hospital consultant advised him of buying a nebulizer for home, and it has helped with both of us. She says, has your GP advised you to buy a home nebulizer? It'll help you with your chest infection. No, we did used to have one. A couple of the kids have got asthma as well. Megan was actually quite a bit worse with hers when she was younger. So we did have a home nebulizer for Megan. And we got prescribed the little capsule things for those. There are some people that do have home nebulizers in the UK. But sometimes it is, depending on the level of your asthma and of course the level of the risk. If mine got that bad that I needed a nebulizer, they would rather the doctors saw me to ensure that I am on antibiotics and steroids. But because I've had asthma since I was 3, and I'm very aware of how it affects me, I don't feel that I know when I need a nebulizer. I don't feel like I need one at home. I know when to start taking the antibiotics and the steroids, and when it's not just something that's affected me for a day, it's something that's affecting me for longer. Because weather changes affects my asthma as well. So it didn't help that I did leave it a couple of days when I was first feeling that little bit off. But it was because the weather had gone from 10, 11 degrees down to 2. And that's Celsius, so it's a bigger leap than Fahrenheit. But yeah, it had gone down to being really quite cold after being okay-ish. So I put my chest being off in the first instance down to the weather, and gave it a couple more days before I was like, okay, the weather's settled, because it's not whether it's hot, whether it's cold, it's the change between the two, and then it tends to settle and it's fine until the weather changes again. So yeah, that's probably the reason it's maybe affected my voice a little bit more, because I did give it those extra few days just to check it wasn't the weather change. But it's not got to the point that it needs a nebulizer. Jo, she says, happy 1st of December. She said she's finally caught up on videos just in time for Advent. She says the last few months have been crazy, and many things have changed for her. She says, including tasting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich last week while visiting a friend and her family, because Jo has moved to another country for work, haven't you, Jo? So I can imagine huge changes and adaptations that you've had to make. She said it was a bit strange at first. She said, but she actually grew to like it by the second sandwich. She said it's not something that she would look for first, but she wouldn't say no if it was offered to her again. Okay, so it's not like you've had one of these, you can't go back. Absolutely adore it. But it's still tasty enough. Good to know. Thanks for testing for me, Jo, because at the minute the only peanut butter I have in my house is dog peanut butter, and I don't fancy it. I know it's probably perfectly fine for human consumption. It's probably very much the same as our own peanut butter, just making sure it's not got something in it that dogs can't have. But I'm not eating dog peanut butter. She says she didn't have much time to prepare for this year's Advent, so she just decided to pick one of the kits that she brought with her from her stash at home. She says because the last few months have been full of changes, she said it's comforting to do something familiar. She says, thank you for all that you do, Rebecca. She's looking forward to seeing everybody's progress. Amazing. Well, you have had the biggest upheaval of all, I think, Jo, recently, that I'm aware of anyway. Everything affects everybody different, but absolutely thoroughly enjoy your time and the opportunity that you have. And yeah, try a little bit of a different culture. Lady Dax, she says, firstly, Rebecca, she says she wishes me better. Thank you. She says she knows only too well how this cold weather can play havoc with our chests. That's for sure. Because I think the weather change sort of does affect it when you go from a really warm house to being cold outside. It can sometimes affect it a little bit as well. But yeah, I am one of these people that doesn't like to be too hot though. So while I wouldn't say I enjoy the freezing cold, I much prefer spring. Yeah, it's always fun, isn't it? If it's not one thing, it's another. Right, this glue dot is getting extra sticky, so I just keep wiping it on my face. She says she was hoping to get both a round and a square section done, as well as her Diamond Art Studio one. She says, but her square will have to play catch up. You've definitely set yourself an amount to do. Yeah, just pick one of them that can be the one that trails behind. Take the pressure off yourself just a little bit. If you get them all done, great. Like I say, I did 2 sections of the Diamond Art Studio one yesterday. But I know that if anything, that may end up falling a little bit to the wayside. It really depends. Like, you know, come launch weekend, it's probably going to get behind. Will I get time to catch up? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm not as much pressuring myself with that one. So if I get to do some later and I'm really enjoying it and I decide to do tomorrow's, then I might do tomorrow's. I might get myself a little bit ahead. But it's just my little one that I'm doing throughout this month. I do it at the dining table. So it may be that I still do some of my others if I need an evening sit on the couch. But we shall see. Jan, she says, thank you for the beautiful bookmark. You are welcome. She says, so much fun opening a surprise package. She says, oh, Vegemite and cheese sandwich. She says, definitely an Australian thing. Yes, Vegemite is definitely Australian. She says it's her absolute favourite. I can imagine it's like the tanginess. Like we have cheese and Branston pickle sandwiches, or cheese and pickle sandwiches. Really nice, really nice. I can imagine. I haven't actually tasted Vegemite, so I am going by things I may have gleaned from people. But I can imagine that Vegemite does have that little bit of a tang to it, which just goes so well with cheese. Oh, cheese is just so good. Carrie says she's so excited for this event. Sorry, camera cutting me off. Carrie said she's excited for this event. She said she couldn't diamond paint today because of a migraine. But she still took her me time, which is good. That's the main thing. By watching and listening, she said, your videos help me to zone out and not focus on her chronic pain and migraines quite as much. There was something I read, I don't know whether you've seen it before. I'm not trying to teach you how to suck eggs. I don't suffer from migraines, so I don't know. But I did hear, I think, putting your feet in warm water can help. So maybe if you get a migraine, treat yourself to a nice bath. See if it helps. I just can't not pass on what I've heard, and I'm sure other people who do suffer or have suffered may have recommendations that are better. I can't understand to know because it's not something I suffer with, but I do wish you well. She says she'll be continuing the custom of her niece's dog for this event because she really wants to finish it for Christmas. well, I hope your migraine calms itself down and lets you get that bit of diamond painting time in with your me time. But at least you're taking some me time if you're not up for diamond painting, because I say that is the name of the game for this event, is to get that me time. Melissa, she says, those drills almost look pearlescent. Words. She says, is she right, or just the lighting? It must just be the lighting. They are really, really nice drills. Don't get me wrong. They are beautiful drills, and they are the couple of different shapes. So I do think they are just catching the light really, really well. But yeah, they're beautiful drills and they're catching the light so nicely. Yeah, they're just pretty. Susan, she says, wow, she says, so much happening over here. Over there, she says. She says she thinks she missed the video of me saying about the new space. I think I've just mentioned it in WIP and Waffles more than anything. So it may have just been, I can't tell you which WIP and Waffle. I didn't do a video on it on its own. It was more of a discussion in our little chats, which is often when I let you guys know about things. It might not have even been a WIP and Waffle, actually. It might have been, maybe it was a preparation. Maybe I mentioned it first in the big painting preparation, because that was a lot of diamonds to kit up. Or maybe it was even in my spare stash sorting. I'm actually not quite sure. Apologies. Which video I discussed it in. Somebody else will probably remember more than me. She said, is it attached to your home, or is it in your yard, or is it in a separate place you have to go to? It is separate from the house, but it is on our property. So it works really, really well for me. Absolutely love it. It's my little space. It needs a good hoover at the moment, but that's just because we've been moving lots of stuff about, and lots of orders went out last week with Black Friday, etc. So it's had a busy few days. She says she's excited about the giveaways coming too. She said today's Advent gift was awesome. She said, and it will come in handy for tomorrow. She's going to a diamond painting event tomorrow with a friend. Oh, very nice. She says they're supposed to supply what we'll work on, but now she can bring something of her own and save her giving me one. She says she'll let me know how it goes. She also said December snuck up fast, and she has no idea where this year went. I agree fully, completely. Every month has seemed to disappear really quick. I think I missed October completely. I don't think I remember anything about March. There's quite a few. She says she's so happy to have the Advent WIP and Waffle start. And she said, thank you so much for sharing. Well, thank you for being here. As always, it's what makes the event what it is you guys being here for it. Right, one more letter to go. Sarah says, happy first day of AMZ Advent, everyone. She is so excited for this event and a WIP and Waffle every day. She says, thank you so much for all your hard work, Rebecca. I hope you're feeling better soon. Thank you. I'm doing good. Diana Lynn says, hopes that I get better. She said, taking on a lot must be hard on you. I do like to be busy. I say I get more frustrated when I get ill or have to slow down. more frustrated than anything because my brain still wants to get the stuff done. She said, saying prayers here for you. She says she loves the 2023 Advent calendar and it's so much fun, she said, doing it together. Like a few others, she says she's tried squares and multi-places, but her brain only loves doing rounds and single places. You do you. She says, sending warm wishes for a great holiday to you and your family. Thank you ever so much. Right, section number 3 is done. If I remember rightly, I did actually lay these all out so that we are doing half of one for the first 12 days and then we will finish off the other halves later. So we're going up to the tippy top tomorrow, get one done up there, get it all spread about. I'm actually going to remove my trashy trays, etc., and actually put them away. Now I've got my trays in here, so that I pick a completely different one tomorrow. But thank you so much for joining me today. We will chat about your comments, etc., a lot more later, or tomorrow for you guys. But yeah, thank you for watching and I'll speak to you all again soon.